The Taiwan Strait is a narrow body of water separating mainland China from the island of Taiwan. This strait, though only about 100 miles wide, holds immense significance in the geopolitical landscape of East Asia. This 100-mile-wide strait is not just a geographic feature. It represents a major geopolitical fault line. The waters of the Taiwan Strait are a critical juncture where the interests of multiple nations converge, making it a hotspot for international diplomacy and military strategy. Control over the Taiwan Strait has profound implications for trade, security, and the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region. The strait is a vital artery for global commerce, with countless cargo ships and naval vessels traversing its waters daily. Today the strait is a focal point of military exercises, diplomatic maneuvering, and economic competition. Nations conduct naval drills and air patrols, showcasing their military might and strategic interests in the region. The future of Taiwan, and its relationship with mainland China, will have global repercussions. Diplomatic meetings and negotiations between Taiwanese and Chinese officials are closely watched by the international community, as any shift in this relationship could alter the geopolitical landscape. The strait serves as a vital shipping lane for global commerce. It is a crucial passage for the transportation of goods, connecting major economies, and facilitating international trade. A huge volume of international trade, including crucial semiconductors and electronic components, passes through its waters. These components are essential for the technology that powers our modern world, from smartphones to advanced computing systems. Any disruption to this flow of goods would send shockwaves through the global economy. The stability of the Taiwan Strait is therefore not just a regional concern, but a global one, affecting markets and industries worldwide. The strait's strategic importance is amplified by the presence of major naval powers, including the United States, China, and Japan, all vying for influence in the region. Their naval fleets patrol these waters, each asserting their presence and strategic interests, making the Taiwan Strait a critical flashpoint in international relations. The roots of the China-Taiwan conflict stretch back centuries. However, the most recent chapter in this saga began in the late 19th century. A weakening imperial China, facing internal strife and external pressure, ceded Taiwan to Japan in 1895. This event sowed the seeds of resentment and irredentism that would shape the future. Following World War II and Japan's defeat, Taiwan was returned to Chinese control. However, by then, China was embroiled in a fierce civil war between the nationalist Kuomintang, or KMT, and the communist forces led by Mao Zedong. In 1949, facing defeat, the KMT retreated to Taiwan, establishing the Republic of China government in exile. The communists emerged victorious on the mainland, founding the People's Republic of China. The Chinese Civil War did not end. It was frozen by the onset of the Cold War. The United States, deeply embroiled in a global ideological struggle with the Soviet Union and its communist allies, saw Taiwan as a bulwark against the spread of communism in Asia. The US pledged military support for Taiwan, effectively deterring a communist invasion and maintaining the island's de facto independence. Throughout the Cold War, the international community remained divided on the status of Taiwan. Most countries, including the US, formally recognized the People's Republic of China as the sole legitimate government of China. However, many maintained unofficial ties with Taiwan, providing economic assistance and diplomatic support. While mainland China underwent dramatic political and economic transformations under communist rule, Taiwan embarked on a different path. After decades of authoritarian rule under the KMT, Taiwan transitioned to a vibrant democracy in the late 20th century. It held its first direct presidential election in 1996, marking a stark contrast with the one-party state on the mainland. Economically, Taiwan transformed itself into an Asian tiger, embracing export-oriented growth and technological innovation. It became a global leader in electronics manufacturing, particularly semiconductors, forming a crucial link in the global supply chain. This economic success, coupled with its democratic transition, provided a powerful counter-narrative to the mainland's model of development. Section 5. China, Two Interpretations. At the heart of the China-Taiwan conflict lies the One China principle, a concept that has been a cornerstone of Chinese foreign policy for decades. Both Beijing and Taipei agree that there is only one China, a notion that dates back to the Chinese Civil War. However, they fundamentally disagree on what one China actually means. For Beijing, it signifies the People's Republic of China as the sole legitimate government. Beijing views Taiwan as a breakaway province that must eventually be reunified with the mainland by force if necessary. This stance is rooted in historical claims and national pride. Taipei, on the other hand, maintains that Taiwan is a sovereign entity and that its future should be determined by its own people. This perspective is bolstered by Taiwan's democratic values and distinct political system. This fundamental disagreement has created a diplomatic minefield for the international community. Countries are often caught in a delicate balancing act. Most countries, including the United States, adhere to a policy of strategic ambiguity, acknowledging China's claim over Taiwan without explicitly endorsing it. This approach allows them to navigate the complex geopolitical landscape. This balancing act has allowed countries to maintain relations with both Beijing and Taipei, but it has also created a degree of uncertainty and instability in the Taiwan Strait. The situation remains a flashpoint in international relations, with potential implications for global peace and security. Section 6. The Taiwan Strait. A flashpoint in the 21st century. In recent years, the Taiwan Strait has become increasingly volatile. China's rapidly growing military power, coupled with its more assertive foreign policy under Xi Jinping, has heightened anxieties in Taiwan and across the region. China has stepped up military exercises near Taiwan, sending warships and fighter jets across the median line of the Taiwan Strait, a long-held tacit boundary. These actions are intended to intimidate Taiwan and signal Beijing's resolve to prevent any moves towards formal independence. The US, while remaining committed to its One China policy, has also increased its military presence in the region and provided Taiwan with advanced weapon systems. This delicate balancing act has raised concerns about a potential miscalculation or accident that could spark a wider conflict. Section 7. Taiwan, the Silicon Island powering the world. Taiwan's economic significance has become increasingly intertwined with its geopolitical importance. This small island nation has managed to carve out a niche for itself in the global economy, becoming a powerhouse in the tech industry. The island is a global hub for the production of semiconductors, often referred to as the brains of modern electronics. These tiny chips are essential components that power everything from smartphones and laptops to cars and advanced weapon systems. Without them, the modern world as we know it would come to a standstill. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, stands at the forefront of this industry. This Taiwanese firm is the world's leading semiconductor manufacturer, renowned for its cutting-edge technology and innovation. TSMC alone accounts for over 50% of global semiconductor production, making it an indispensable player in the tech world. This dominance in the semiconductor industry has given Taiwan a critical role in the global economy. The chips produced here are shipped worldwide, fueling industries and economies across the globe. Any disruption to Taiwan's chip production, whether due to conflict or natural disaster, would have far-reaching and devastating consequences. Natural disasters like earthquakes or geopolitical tensions could severely impact the production capabilities of this vital industry. Such disruptions would lead to halted production lines and a significant slowdown in global supply chains, affecting countless industries. This economic leverage has given Taiwan a degree of protection on the international stage. The global reliance on its semiconductor industry acts as a buffer against potential threats. Any attempt by China to seize the island by force would not only be a political and military conflict, but would likely trigger a global economic crisis. The ripple effects of such a crisis would be felt worldwide, underscoring the critical importance of Taiwan in the global economic landscape. Section 8. A global stage international actors in the Taiwan Strait. The Taiwan Strait has become a focal point for great power competition. The US sees Taiwan as a vital partner in its efforts to counter China's growing influence in the Indo-Pacific region. Japan, South Korea, and Australia, all US allies, share concerns about China's ambitions and have expressed support for Taiwan's security. European countries, while more cautious in their approach, have also become increasingly vocal in their support for Taiwan. They have conducted naval patrols in the region and called for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Russia, China's strategic partner, has provided diplomatic support to Beijing but has also expressed concerns about a potential conflict. Section 9. Looking ahead. The future of China and Taiwan. The future of China-Taiwan relations remains uncertain. Some analysts believe that China's growing military and economic might make reunification inevitable, either through peaceful means or by force. Others argue that Taiwan's democratic institutions, economic resilience, and international support will allow it to maintain its de facto independence indefinitely. The outcome of this geopolitical chess match will have profound implications for the future of Asia and the world. A peaceful resolution to the conflict based on dialogue and mutual respect would be a victory for diplomacy and a boon for global stability. However, a conflict in the Taiwan Strait would be a catastrophe, with devastating consequences for all involved.